Hey folks, Jason Ballas with OutdoorProductReview.com. Welcome back to the 2012 bow review. Today the bow we're going to be reviewing is the Athens Recluse. Now you guys remember I did the Ibex last year and I was really impressed with the way that bow shot. The Recluse looks to be no exception. I mean, it's pretty much awesome looking all the way through. It's got cool cutouts. It's got that spider look, the Recluse spider. It just looks pretty neat all the way around. Little stats on the bow. All right, the Recluse is 32 inches axle to axle, and it has a 7-inch brace height. It weighs in at 4.2 pounds. It's a little over that magic 4-pound mark that people like to see, but that 0.2 pounds really isn't much, and it's probably, caused by the TRCS, which is the torque reduction cable slide. Now, this torque reduction cable slide is pretty cool. It's like its own independent rollers on a cable slide that are in a little compartment here that's sort of set out with a string suppressor right behind it. So you got dual string suppression on the string itself. It's high velocity cams. They're called the EV25 cams. Now the cams are draw specific, so right, so you're going to need to get your own cams for your certain draw length. It has dead stop string stoppers for your draw, so you come to a solid wall. All right, solid limbs, fully machined aluminum riser, and it's all set up. One thing I do want to mention though is our sponsors for this year's review. We got Sitka Gear, probably the best hunting clothing that you guys could possibly have. We got the Whisker Biscuit here. TrueFire releases, we're using that Hardcore Max. It's a hook type release, which is really nice because we got loops on all our bows this year. Just put it on and you're ready to hunt. And then we got Trophy Ridge. We're shooting that Whisker Biscuit out of every bow. Definitely something that's pretty cool. You just put it on there, throw it in, and you guys are going to see a review here in a couple weeks of, with this bow, we're going to take and shoot this rest through the chronograph 3 times. Then we're going to put a drop away on there, shoot it with the same arrow through the chronograph 3 times. That way you guys can see there's really not a speed reduction. And I think you guys will be pretty impressed with that. So fully customized out, it's got your bow jacks, dampening systems, and overall, a sharp looking bow. I think you guys are going to be pretty impressed. I was really impressed last year with the Ibex, and I think you guys are going to as well. One thing I do want to mention, the grip's real thin up here at the neck, just sort of how the Ibex was, and then flattens out a little bit, and it's sort of a double wood inlay grip. Remember, we're going to be shooting that VAP through this through all our bows this year. That's that 389 grain Victory Armor piercing arrow. And why don't we do a draw test and see how this thing holds back. So drawing back, comes back. I mean, it's solid, dead right at 29 inches. I mean, you see that? It lines up perfect. All right, let me torque. It doesn't move at all. I move my hands. Doesn't move at all. Let's go ahead and come creep forward just a hair. I mean, it's there. I'm coming forward about a 1/4 inch and it doesn't want to go. I mean, this bow would be great for 3D because you can hold it all day long. Great for hunting too. I mean, everything in comparison. Let me come forward until it drops. Yeah, you have about a 1/4 inch there of play. It doesn't want to come forward at all. It doesn't want to come forward. It's about 330 on the IBO, so it's probably going to be pretty fast. Why don't we go ahead and shoot it? Draw it. Woo! That bow is fast. Fast, solid, quiet. It didn't move in your hand at all. I mean, the only thing I heard was just a dunk, and that's the only sound it made. Super, super quiet and super, super speedy fast. All right, let's shoot this bow through the chronograph and see what we get. We're shooting that 389 grain Victory Armor piercing arrow out of the Recluse from Athens Archery. 29 inches, 70 pounds, just like all the rest of our bows. 295 feet per second. All right, folks, there you saw it, 295 feet per second with a 389 grain arrow. you know, it's not that magic 300, but there is absolutely zero noise coming out of this bow. I had a fellow archer that was walking back shooting a 3D course behind me, and he said, he's like, all I hear is your arrow hitting the target. Now our target's about 25 yards away, and I says, yeah, I'm in total shock at how quiet this bow is. There's no hand shock whatsoever, and tell you the truth, I'm really considering, you know, I was gonna have a 3D bow set up, which this would make a great 3D bow, but elk season's, you know, in 2 months, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have this puppy ready to go elk hunting because it is just a great shooting bow. I'm gonna talk to Jason, see if maybe I can get it dipped in camo or something. Although, you know, look at that in the background, a black bow really doesn't stand out. Great price on these bows too. You know, this bow retails for $799 MSRP, $800 if you want to round up. Great price on a bow considering, you know, some of your other bows out there are $999, $1,000, if $1,200. If you go to those carbon bows, $1,300, $1,400, and then by the time you get done outfitting it, you're looking at $2,000. So definitely great shooting bow, smooth, quiet, made no noise whatsoever. I would highly recommend this bow. Thin grip on it, which is something I don't really care for, the real thin neck. However, it's got a nice sharp edge on this side, which holds your hand in place. No noise whatsoever. I just can't get over it. No noise. Great shooting bow, the Recluse from Athens Archery. So if you guys have a chance to get out and shoot one of these, try it. You will not be disappointed. You'll agree with everything I said. No hand shock, no noise. It's still fast, 295 feet per second. That's pretty fast. And if they don't hear that bow, they're not gonna react. So you guys will have it set. So for Outdoor Product Review, I'm Jason Ballas. We're gonna see you guys on our next bow review or other review. Not sure, this is our last bow we have so far to test. Still waiting on a couple companies, but if that's the case, you guys come back and watch some great things. We got Spartan scopes and all kinds of cool stuff that's gonna be out there. So once again, I'm Jason Ballas. We'll see you guys on our next review.